Now that the initial shock has subsided, we can see the incident for what it was: an act of self-sabotage on a grand scale. This is not another speculation on the man's psychology. It is simply a case of seeing what is right before our eyes. On the night of what should have been his crowning achievement, a much-loved movie icon stepped out of character and did himself in on live television. There's already been enough talk about what the incident meant, and to whom. Let others proceed with these things if they must. We are all trying to come to terms with what happened as best we can. But of this one thing, there can be no doubt. This is something the man did to himself. Yes, the act affected many others and has significant cultural implications. But in the end, what he did was the equivalent of eviscerating himself on live TV. To delve into the psyche of either man is to engage in folly. Both men are in therapy, which is the appropriate context for revealing to each of them why they behaved the way they did. But the fact of self-sabotage is undeniable. Will Smith took it upon himself to ruin his carefully wrought reputation at what should have been his greatest moment. While he works to get this figured out for himself, the incident stands as an opportunity for the rest of us to look at what self-sabotage is and learn how to prevent it from hijacking our own lives. Will Smith was not the first, nor will he be the last to self-sabotage. What makes him different is that he did it on live TV. How to prevent self-sabotage. In one form or another, each of the authors mentioned here suggests taking a good honest look at yourself to see which of these causes might be operating in you. When you begin to see yourself more clearly, you can take steps to get in front of the causes. These are the lessons to learn from Will Smith's slap. 1. Don't resort to physical violence. A very important career milestone for Will was shrouded in the fact that he slapped someone. Even his acceptance speech was colored with details of his assault. The fact is, he assaulted another man and he could have been punished for it legally. What if Chris punched him back? It could have been a full-fledged fight and they could have hurt themselves. We are not in the Wild West where things are settled with duels. 2. Don't let people's words dictate your actions. Letting go of your self-control or stepping out of character because of what someone said is how to be an erratic hothead. When someone says hurtful things, it is okay to be angry, but you can express pleasure without fighting or yelling. What if it was a woman or child? Would violence have been justified? It doesn't make it better because it is a man that was slapped. 3. Don't blame things on the devil. Everyone was quoting what another actor, Denzel Washington, said to Will. Something about how the devil comes for you when you are at your highest height. I rolled my eyes at that because it wasn't the devil who made a bad choice. Will did. 4. Most women want their men to defend their honor. Most women applauded Will because they would want their man to defend them and their families like that, and some men felt they could do that if someone insulted their wife. Someone said, what happened to break the bias? Isn't a man defending your honor a perpetuation of the patriarchal belief that a woman cannot defend herself? The reality is, women all want a knight in shining armor, and men want to be a knight. Chris Rock and Will Smith's conversation is complex, so keep 3 things in mind. 1. Multiple things can be true at the same time. 2. There are some public conversations we're called to loudly participate in, and others where we should wait, listen, and learn. 3. If people in the community that's affected don't want to talk about a difficult subject, don't press them with questions. Sit back, give them space to process and digest, and take yourself out of the equation.